Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for your attention today. I would like to install a seed of hope in your heart and a seed of caution in your heart. And that is, please do not waste your time on something that doesn't have the potential to pay you for the next 10 years of your life. Right now, you're going to go and live a day. Right now, you've got 8 hours to work or 6 hours to work or 7 hours to work. And that day you're about to work, I want you to ask yourself a very important question. Is what I'm doing today giving me a shot to get paid for the next 10 years of my life? If you are not doing that, you are unfortunately putting yourself and your family at a future financial risk if something were to ever happen to you. So if you actually are in a 8 hour a day job where it's just not possible, but maybe it is, maybe you're getting employee stock options, or maybe you're working on a project that has a future payoff, but if you're not, I need you to start very urgently exploring in your heart for the own well-being of your life, for the own well-being of your family, for the own well-being of every dream you have, for all the well-being of every parent and father and mother that came before you, for you to have the life that you have now, for the 800 million heartbeats that the average person has to be alive, those 800 million heartbeats, the heartbeats that you have that are beating right now that you'll never get back, ever again in your life. The heartbeat you just had, gone forever. The next heartbeat you had, gone forever. This other heartbeat you just had is gone forever, and you can never have it again. What are you doing, and how are you spending your time? And do you really want to be doing that? And is that actually going to be rewarding you for the next 10 years of your life? Please understand and please hear me that your time is more precious than any asset you could ever have. So why would you ever exchange the most finite asset in the world for the most infinite asset that could be available? Money can be made, money can be lost, money can be made, money can be lost, money can be made, and money can be lost, but your time is lost forever, and you will never get it back. And so please do not spend that time on things that do not have a shot at rewarding you for the next 10 years of your life. Whether it's impact, whether it's income, whether it's experience, whether it's a memory you get to hold forever, please do not take the breath you're about to take doing something you don't actually want to do, unless you have to do it to get paid. I'm here to tell you that entrepreneurship as an idea exists in your heart because your soul has been whispering to you for a very long time, do your own thing. And up until now, you might not have wanted to follow that voice because every voice from the age 0 to 18 has been punishing you for failure, has been punishing you for taking a chance to be seen, has been punishing you for actually thinking different from the crowd, has been punishing you for ever speaking up when you actually had something to say, but that little voice inside of you still continues to ache and still continues to cry, do your own thing. And you know it's inside of you, and you know it's been aching you, and you know it's clawing at your mind every day that you don't just do your own thing. So how do you do your own thing? That's a completely different topic, because to the man or woman that's not completely clear on what they want, the how will always be fuzzy. If you're not clear on what you want, it will show up as a fuzzy how. If you are clear about what you want, the how will become irrelevant to you because you're absolutely crystal clear. Today is the day I make my demarcation. I throw my sword in the ground. I draw the line in the sand and I say, from this day forward, I will not cross the line unless that line allows me to do your own thing. So when it comes to doing your own thing, and you know the ache is inside of you to do it, and you're wondering why you haven't done your own thing, you can stop beating yourself up right now, because from 0 to 18, you have been indoctrinated to do somebody else's thing and not to do your own thing. And so that's what you've been doing, and that's what you've been conditioned, and that's what you've been programmed to believe, and that's what you've been force-fed as a bill of goods, which is actually a bag of trash. And that bag of trash is that it's safer to do somebody else's thing than it is to do your own thing, when doing your own thing is what your soul aches for every day of your life. And you know you're dying inside because you're not following it, and you're not listening to it, because no one has taken the time to instill the confidence into your heart, to say today's the day where you do your own thing. So please take a risk. Be willing to feel humiliated. Be willing to feel embarrassed. Be willing to fall on your face, because today becomes the day where you say, I am important to myself. I value myself. My voice matters. My intuition matters. My soul's dreams matter. And they matter more to me than any other voice in the world. Because if you've actually wanted to do your own thing, but you've been actually doing somebody else's thing, what you have been saying with your actions is that somebody else's dream is more important than your own. And now that you know that, and now that you've heard it to me, you're saying enough is enough. I've drawn the line in the sand. Today is the day where I say I'm going to do my own thing, because what we're talking about is your heart, and we're talking about your dreams, and we're talking about what matters to you. And what matters to you is really, really important, because if you do not bring forth what is inside of you, it will destroy you. So when you think about your life, and you think about the last 10 years of your life, have you lived a life for the last 10 years where you've been true to the voice inside of you that's been saying, I really want to do my own thing? Or have you been putting other people's voices ahead of you? Have you been listening to maybe your parents? Have you made your parents' voice more important than your own voice? Have you made your friends' voices more important than your own voice? Have you made your children's voice, or a teacher's voice, or some YouTuber more important than your own voice? I am here to tell you today that you are a beautiful person, and you just need to have the right conditioning, the right training. Imagine if from the time you were born, from 0 to 18, every time you had your own unique thought, you were celebrated. Every time you made a mistake, they're like, it's okay, you're learning. I talk to entrepreneurs all the time, and they say they struggle with perfectionism. And I usually ask, well, when you made a mistake as a kid, did your parents yell at you? Yeah. Okay. You're talking about childhood trauma that you may not think of as trauma, which is where mistakes weren't celebrated when you were a child as an opportunity to learn. So now all of a sudden you're afraid of mistakes. I hope I'm not going too fast and stirring too much truth and triggering you beyond the point where you can listen to me. I want to backtrack and finish this thought. If you've been living a life where you have been living in action that other people's voices are more important than your own, today is the day where you draw the line in the sand and you say, today is the day where I choose to do my own thing. And don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the status. Don't do it so you can prove anybody wrong, because all those are very transactional, superficial things that the feeling lasts for but a week and it fades and it's gone. Do your own thing so you can meet your own soul and finally say hello.